Coconut milk production begins long before any factory process. Mature coconuts grow in tropical coastal regions where heat, humidity, and mineral-rich soil allow the fruit to develop slowly. These environmental conditions are essential for building thick coconut meat with high fat content, which directly determines the quality of coconut milk. Only fully mature coconuts are suitable for coconut milk production. Young coconuts contain mostly water and very little fat. Mature coconuts, typically aged around 12 months, concentrate oils inside their white flesh, making them essential for producing rich and stable coconut milk. Inside every mature coconut is a layered biological structure. The thick white layer, called the endosperm, stores fats and nutrients meant to support a growing plant. Industrial coconut milk production focuses entirely on this layer because it contains the oils required for extraction. Coconut water and coconut milk are fundamentally different. Coconut water is naturally liquid and found inside young coconuts. Coconut milk is created artificially by extracting fat, rich compounds from solid coconut meat and suspending them in water through mechanical processing. Coconut milk depends entirely on fat concentration. Without sufficient natural oils, the final product separates, loses texture, and spoils quickly. This is why mature coconuts are critical for industrial-scale coconut milk production. From an industrial perspective, yield efficiency matters. Dozens of mature coconuts are required to produce a single batch of coconut milk. Every gram of usable meat directly affects output volume, consistency, and production cost. Only after origin maturity and biological quality are confirmed do coconuts enter the factory. From this point forward, every step is engineered to extract, protect, and stabilize the valuable compounds locked inside the coconut. Coconut harvesting is still largely manual, even at industrial scale. Skilled workers identify mature coconuts and remove them carefully to avoid shell damage. In higher volume operations, simple mechanical aids assist harvesting, improving speed while maintaining control and reducing impact damage. Some facilities remove the coconut husk directly at the farm to reduce transport weight and volume. Others move whole coconuts to centralized factories where dehusking is automated. The decision depends on labor cost, distance, and contamination control strategy. Before transport, coconuts are sorted by maturity, size, and shell integrity. Cracked shells allow bacteria to enter, increasing contamination risk. Early rejection prevents compromised coconuts from entering the supply chain and protects downstream processing. Transport packaging is designed to minimize impact damage. Ventilated crates and bulk sacks prevent moisture buildup while reducing coconut movement. Proper packaging preserves shell integrity during long-distance transport. Cracks formed during transport are one of the leading causes of contamination. To prevent this, coconuts are tightly secured and cushioned. Even small impacts can compromise internal quality long before processing begins. Once harvested, time becomes critical. Natural enzymes and microorganisms begin altering the coconut's internal structure. Rapid transport ensures coconuts reach the factory while fats are stable and microbial growth remains minimal. Only coconuts that survive harvesting and transport intact reach the factory intake zone. From here, industrial inspection and washing begin, marking the transition from agricultural handling to controlled food processing. Once coconuts arrive at the factory, they enter a controlled intake zone. At this stage, the coconuts are still whole, unprocessed, and biologically active. The goal here is not transformation, but controlled transfer from agricultural handling into a food-grade industrial environment. Inspection focuses on shell integrity. Cracks, mold, or moisture leakage indicate microbial risk. Because contamination spreads rapidly once processing begins, defective coconuts are removed immediately before they can enter shared equipment or water systems. Before water is introduced, loose debris must be removed. Dry pre-cleaning reduces organic load, prevents mud from contaminating wash water, and improves the effectiveness of later sanitation steps. High-pressure washing removes surface contaminants that could enter the product stream later. This step focuses only on external sanitation, preparing coconuts for mechanical processing without altering their internal structure. Wash water is continuously filtered and monitored. Recycling reduces water consumption while maintaining hygiene standards. Controlling water quality here prevents recontamination during washing. After washing, coconuts are staged in clean conditions before mechanical processing begins. From this point onward, contamination risk increases, making upstream cleaning and inspection essential for food safety. When husks are still present, dehusking is the first mechanical operation. Automated spike rollers tear away fibrous material without cracking the inner shell. This preserves internal sterility while removing bulk material that would interfere with later precision cutting. Before cracking, coconuts must be aligned. Orientation systems ensure each shell is split along predictable stress lines. This reduces uncontrolled fractures and prevents shell shards from contaminating the edible meat. Shell cracking is performed using controlled hydraulic force. The goal is a clean split, not destruction. Large shell halves are easier to separate from the meat and dramatically reduce contamination risk from fine shell fragments. Once cracked, coconut water is separated immediately. Although drinkable, it is typically diverted for other uses or discarded. Removing liquid at this stage improves meat handling and prevents dilution during extraction. The edible white meat is mechanically separated from the shell using curved blades that follow the shell's inner contour. Precision here preserves meat integrity while keeping shell material out of the food stream. Industrial conveyor logic keeps edible material and waste permanently separated. Safety systems protect operators while maintaining continuous flow. From this point on, only clean coconut meat proceeds further into the production line. After shell removal, coconut meat is washed again. This secondary wash removes residual coconut water, fine shell particles, and surface contaminants. Clean meat at this stage prevents dilution and contamination during extraction. A thin brown skin, known as the testa, remains attached to the coconut meat after shell removal. This layer affects color and flavor. Mechanical peeling removes it without cutting into the meat, producing a clean, uniform white product. Before size reduction, coconut meat is visually screened. Discoloration can indicate oxidation or microbial activity. Removing compromised pieces protects flavor stability and prevents quality defects from spreading downstream. Uniform cutting prepares coconut meat for efficient extraction. Irregular pieces extract unevenly, reducing yield and consistency. Controlled slicing ensures predictable behavior in downstream pressing systems. Shredding increases surface area. Smaller particle sizes release oils more efficiently during pressing. Too coarse reduces yield. Too fine creates processing difficulties. Controlled grating balances extraction efficiency with mechanical stability. Final sizing ensures consistency. Uniform particle size allows predictable oil release, stable emulsions, and efficient pressing. At this point, the coconut meat is fully prepared for milk extraction. Milk extraction begins by mixing shredded coconut with carefully controlled hot water. Heat softens coconut fats, allowing them to release from the fiber structure. Temperature must be high enough to mobilize oils, yet low enough to avoid damaging proteins that stabilize the final product. Temperature control is central to extraction efficiency. Excess heat breaks protein structures and destabilizes emulsions. Insufficient heat leaves fats trapped. Jacketed tanks maintain precise thermal conditions throughout the mixing phase. Mechanical pressing separates liquid milk from solid fiber. Pressure forces fat, rich liquid through fine openings while retaining solids. This process extracts coconut milk without grinding fibers into the liquid phase. The first press produces the richest coconut milk, highest in fat and flavor. A second press extracts remaining soluble material using additional water. Separating these streams allows precise control over final product formulation. Fresh coconut milk contains oil droplets, water, and fine solids. Controlled separation allows unwanted solids to settle while keeping fats suspended. The goal is stability, not complete separation. Coconut milk is not juice, it is an emulsion. Fat droplets suspended in water and stabilized by natural proteins. Maintaining this structure is critical. Every step before and after extraction is designed to preserve this delicate balance. After extraction, coconut milk still contains microscopic fibers and solids. Fine filtration removes these particles without stripping fats, improving mouthfeel and preventing sediment formation during storage. Homogenization prevents fat separation. By mechanically reducing fat droplet size, the milk becomes more stable and uniform. This step is critical for texture, appearance, and shelf life. Without homogenization, coconut milk separates naturally. Stabilizing fat droplets ensures consistency from the first pour to the last, preserving consumer quality and preventing visual defects. High-temperature, short-time pasteurization heats coconut milk briefly to eliminate harmful microorganisms. Immediate cooling follows. This method preserves flavor while ensuring food safety. Excessive heat damages proteins that stabilize coconut milk. Overheating causes flavor loss, grainy texture, and separation. Precise thermal control protects both safety and sensory quality. Closed-loop systems prevent contamination. From filtration to pasteurization, coconut milk remains sealed inside stainless steel equipment. This ensures hygiene, consistency, and full traceability. Quality control begins with sterile sampling. Coconut milk is collected directly from sealed lines to avoid external contamination. These samples are used to detect bacteria, yeast, and mold before any product moves forward. Microbial testing exposes samples to controlled conditions that encourage bacterial growth. Any contamination becomes visible within hours. This step ensures safety before packaging or storage. Fat content defines coconut milk quality. Each batch is tested to ensure consistent fat levels. Variations affect texture, flavor, and shelf stability, making this measurement essential. pH balance influences microbial growth and flavor. Deviations signal instability or contamination risk. Monitoring pH ensures the product remains safe and chemically balanced. Every batch is tracked from raw coconut intake to final packaging. Traceability allows rapid response if quality issues arise, protecting consumers and maintaining regulatory compliance. Rejected batches are never released. Depending on composition, they are destroyed or recycled into non-food applications. Removing compromised product protects public health and preserves brand integrity. Aseptic filling protects coconut milk after pasteurization. Sterile containers, sealed environments, and controlled airflow prevent recontamination, allowing extended shelf life without preservatives. Carton packaging is lightweight, efficient, and ideal for ambient storage. Multi-layer cartons protect coconut milk from light and oxygen, preserving flavor and stability. Bottles allow visual inspection and are often used for refrigerated products. Packaging choice depends on distribution strategy, storage conditions, and consumer preference. Labeling and date coding provide traceability. Production dates, batch identifiers, and expiration information allow inventory control and rapid response if issues arise. Shelf life depends on processing and packaging. Aseptic cartons can be stored at room temperature. Bottled products often require refrigeration. Matching packaging to storage conditions preserves safety and quality. Automated palletizing protects packaged coconut milk during transport. Secure wrapping and consistent stacking reduce damage and ensure efficient distribution. Finished coconut milk is stored according to its packaging and processing method. Aseptic cartons remain stable at room temperature, while bottled products require refrigeration. Controlled storage preserves quality until distribution. Before shipping, products are staged and verified. Each pallet is scanned and matched to distribution orders, ensuring traceability from factory to final destination. Coconut milk is distributed both domestically and internationally. Secure loading and container sealing protect products during long-distance transport across road, sea, and rail networks. Coconut milk serves multiple industries. It is used in packaged foods, beverages, and professional kitchens. Consistency and stability allow it to perform reliably across diverse applications. At retail level, packaging communicates usage, nutrition, and shelf life. Consumers encounter the final result of a long industrial process that began at the plantation. What begins as a raw agricultural product becomes a stable, standardized food ingredient. Each step, from harvest to packaging, is engineered to preserve safety, flavor, and functionality at scale.